Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, there is nothing like friendship in this world at this Christian dawn. People get attached to each other just because they've seen something so valuable in you that you don't have. Therefore, their selfish nature, which they were created with, is just bringing them to you so that they want a share of that, or they want to take that what you have. You know, they cannot even die for their own sake, children. The reasons being because of the selfishness that we were created with from God. It's inherently within us. And therefore, a typical example could be, what if a person comes into your house and order you to go down with your children and then let you decide? It's either to leave your children alive and you being killed, or you choose the vice versa. What could you have done? I guess your answers and your choice is so obvious as yours truly. No one will ever choose the children to die. They will first choose themselves. Even if you shall have chosen your children to live and to die, it will be an afterthought. It is never be, and it has never been the first priority, but it's an afterthought of myriad of issues. Therefore, selfishness and betrayal will ever reside in human being. There is no human being who is so perfect without all this kind of virtue. It's only common sense sometimes that comes in us and prevail, because sometimes betrayal is so expensive, but other people cannot live with it. But how many number of people have you betrayed? Majority of it. So, this topic forms our deliberations today going forward. And I want to connect it with the constructive talk that Demystifying and the brothers, plus the sisters-in-law, deliberated on when they were in that Kale's garden. Demystifying is a lovely, grateful sister to MARWA the brother, because he wants brother MARWA to grow. And with such kind of an open heart, and letting brother to know particular kind of things, really opens a blessing for Demystifying, and more things are on her way to come. You know, I like the open way she talked the truth to the brother, and she talked and breathed the sense of truthfulness. It is not something new, it's something that even the positive reactors have been talking to, telling MARWA to make it a stop, because these are the same people who will come at MARWA place to take things that MARWA is having, later attacking MARWA. It is not a blame game, because Demystifying was not blaming MARWA. It was a point where the family had to talk constructively and to give the debrief and the opinion concerning the YouTube journey and experience going forward.
Like, I don't know, but I have to see it. Like, you know, words is different. When somebody says you, oh, I want to do this, but when you see somebody doing it, that's different. Okay, so anyway, it's 50-50. I don't know what.
Okay, now you'll be bringing them. I'll be telling you if this is potential or not.
Now, let me give you the best story. Yeah. I once met
something I learned from my experience is love is not enough at the end of the day. You can be the most in love person and
you lose everything
and want everything with someone, but love is not enough. And yes, you can support someone who's at the bottom, and maybe you're also at the bottom, and grow up together. But if someone is growing and the other is not putting the effort to also grow, that just fades, and doesn't matter how big love you feel for it.
Same to friendship.
Yeah.
If you have a friend, make sure this friend is also like ambitious. He's trying to do something, not somebody who is negative minded, because they'll make you be in the same. Show me your friends, and I'll show you who you are. You are what you are. The average of the 5 people you hang around with every single day.
That is very true. That's why, guys, you see, even me, when I have friends, I always teach them something. I want them to progress. I want them to feel like, okay, Actually, I'm just not here supporting this bigger YouTuber up there, but I'm also in one way or the other.
Pastor told me the same thing. Like you having a friend, every day you go out, you're the one paying. They're even comfortable knowing, Pastor will pay. It's crazy. Sometimes you're like, no, I want to run. I'd rather go alone. Every day. And now because they know you do that,
they get comfortable. And when you don't do it, they start complaining.
Like you've changed.
But the people that you surround is very important, because it's not, yes, you can be someone who motivates others, but it's also good to have people that motivates you.
Also,
because you grow together.
So my question was about envy. Like, what do you think brings envy so much?
Envy comes when you are really working hard and somebody else is just chilling.
That's true.
They just wait. You work so
hard.
And
then maybe they can see the results.
Then they can see the results.
For you who is working hard right there, and every day you are elevating. And they are just there and they are like, oh my God. Then that's uncomfortability. You know, that's like, oh, this person is just growing every day. I'm seeing them there. Oh, now even they have bought land. Oh, now they're even doing. That really makes them.
I was seeing, because there's like different types of this. Envy can be jealousy, but sometimes when something brings you like jealous, it's like, oh, I want to be like him, and maybe you grow and you take as an inspiration. The difference with the envy is someone that doesn't like what you have and doesn't want you to have it.
Yes, because they want it for themselves.
Yeah, they want it for themselves and not you. That's
all of you to be down there with.
But now the worst is when somebody else feels like they're the one who deserves. Like it's me who should have this. You come from Africa. You come from deep in the village and you're traveling all over. No, it's me who should be traveling. And now when they see you getting all these visas and everything, they feel like they're dead. You should not get this. I'm the one who's. But again, I don't know, because sometimes even while traveling, you find those people who have all the opportunity. For example, you have the American passport, but they don't even go anywhere.
Even others don't even have those passports.
Even they don't even know it's needed. They don't even know the importance.
Yeah, a lot of people. You are like, if I get a heavy passport, hey,
you will lose. So life is like that. It makes life balanced.
Guys. Guys, it's been an amazing.
But the thing is, what I can advise, if you hang around, like to me, like what really makes me happy is when I meet people who are doing so well in life and they inspire me. I love hanging around such people so they can teach me their ways. The thing is, what are you doing? That's what I'll ask you.
Me, I've been struggling with that, because even sometimes Rocio asks me, all these people sometimes who come and create all these stories about you, these are people who you met with nothing. You are just pulling them up.
But sometimes Mara is too much. I'll do that on my video. I don't like that part about you. Sometimes I just sit somewhere, I get so angry. I'm like, all these problems we're having is because of Mara. If Mara didn't welcome so and so. And sometimes they feel like me, I'm kind of weird, because me, I don't just entertain everybody. Like, I know my boundaries. But Mara, sometimes he'll even feel like I'm bad. Like, sometimes my sister is maybe being mean. But it's not being mean. It's because I just don't want problems. But now Mara is over. It's too much.
Guys,
sometimes we have to just preserve our energy.
Sometimes I'm like, Rocio is doing a little bit better.
That's actually one thing I've been. Also, I've been struggling with that, because let's say a person like me, I should be doing collabos with people who are already actually up there already.
That's
also,
what I tell him. Like, what are you gaining from that? You don't give expecting to receive, but what about you? You should be growing. You should be close to the millions now. You should be doing like being star. You should be shining more than what.
Mara has created so many YouTube channels. They end up attacking. I just laugh. Sometimes I say, mwiba kujitakia.
Musiba wa kujitakia.
Sometimes I get so angry. I'm like, Mara, all these things, all these people who come here, it's because of you. It's so weird when a brother says you come, and me I say no. So when you are living even up there, when you come there as Mara's friend, I have no.
Me, I'll speak from.
I live with him now, so
me, I'll speak from a man's perspective. A man, and no gender fight here.
That you normally have here.
There is nothing important more than family, because in that construction, in that kind of constructive talks, We've seen Marwa, we've seen Demystifying and David Jr. These are brothers and sisters. Now you have Castor in the picture, and you have additional partners, Roshio. The open talk was so a vibe and so valuable going forward. And it addresses the following things so numerously, very important for the growth of this family. For those who are calling it a blame game, I wonder how negative you are. If you could only fathom and deduce blame game in this constructive talk. All these people were saying, as a family, they just wanted good growth for their brothers, Marwa. Marwa also replicated the same, the good growth. It was such kind of experience that they had to share. Not a blame game. A YouTube journey. An experience of what Marwa have had with people. Others have remained to be friends. Others betrayed the cause. It's normal. Others are just more negative people. Whether you do good, they will have to speak. Even your neighbor right now, others are so envious of you just because of a particular kind of project, just because there is nothing bad you've done, but their nature, they were born negative people. You know, through friends, you happen to meet selfish friends in the world, and they exist everywhere. What matters to them is greed, and they are more of themselves, because their work is just a primitive accumulations of either kind of wealth for money, because they're speaking negatively of so and so, then somebody is paying them. And this is the things that they were addressing in their talks. Some people will ever come in your life for seasons and for reasons, because they are just there just because of a time. When that time elapses, they will have got millions of reasons for them to leave. Either the things that were looking for you never came because they were overambitious, or maybe they've already taken the things that they've taken. Therefore, they have to exit your friendship. The reason herein comes, they need to speak now verbiage upon your life. And that's the reason most of people will have the reasons for them to be so negative. So these are the things that we have to accept. Why was the communication talks done in the full glare of camera? Because these are the more remorseful questions people are asking outside there. That why could it be done somewhere privately when the all families are there? Why was it a caption of a camera? I've ever opined here, time and time, that nothing really happens out of just a mere coincidence. Things happen because they're choreographed, because they're planned, mainly to achieve a specific objective. So this talk, in its own scene and its own design, it was designed to achieve several objectives. And before I delve into the objective, guys, if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, kindly take a moment, a second or two, click at the notification bell, subscribe to this YouTube channel so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my loyal subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive in after the break. Welcome back to my YouTube chit chat, and let's dive in lest we forget. So guys, these are the objective that this communication itself and this kind of a debrief was to yield and was to put across outside there. If you didn't know and you only picked blame game, or Demystifying is blaming so and so, therefore is who unto you, and that really means you are so negative and you're the person whom you are being described by this kind of talks. One, the talks was to achieve bonding together as a family and letting the world know that they are family, that they are strong. Divided they fall, united they what? They strong. And which means the communication itself will reinforce the behavior. The behavior that was formed now is being reinforced. In life, there is what we call the behavior formation. Things that you see, you tend to behave that way. Things that people say, that gets into your ear that are so pleasant, you tend to put them to practice. And therefore, there is this part of element that's called the behavior enforcement, such that you sit down, you debrief, you talk, your experience, therefore, somebody will give you an advice on how things are done. This is the achievement of such kind of talks and debrief. It wasn't a blame game, like other people are calling them outside there, that it was a blame game. It is to let you know, you the naysayers that thinking that this family is divided, this family is strong, to let you know they are never shaken. They will continue growing. Whether the negative reactors or the naysayers become so blossom, and you become so vexatious to a point whereby you start recruiting everybody within the community, the family is strong. And that's a sign and a good sign going together. A family that prays together always stays together. And a family that sits down to talk always champion the activity together, and they become a victor going forward. Number 2, it was a debrief, basically meant to learn and unlearn of some experiences for their personal growth. It was the only opportunity because, I'm always a traveler. Sometimes it takes even a whole year traveling outside without meeting family. Demystifying also. David Jr. sometimes also so busy with other things. So it was the time for them to reunite in a way, to debrief, to talk of the issue that's affecting their livelihood and family going together, to learn and to give insight and to unlearn other things. So that when they come and tells Marwa, I'm not happy because of 1, 2, 3, 4 this part, it's not a blame game. It was a session to debrief, a session to somebody vent their own experiences. Then you learn and you unlearn other kind of attributes going forward. A very important sessions. And the majority of people at the comment sections were very happy because they need such kind of talk so constructively. It was well done. And I loved it and I enjoyed it big time. Number 3 thing that it was supposed to cure and to achieve an objective, it was done in response to some kind of mediocre reaction that are not making sense at all, and the naysayers, which sometimes comes and threaten. We all saw the series of vexations from one Mr. Pig elsewhere, and all kind of myriad kind of story and accusation this guy had to make and had to lie. So if you are not keen and you only pick the blame game, this was the objective of this kind of conversation to cure. Because Mr. Pig had to bring in the name of Demystifying, where Demystifying has never spoken about it. Therefore, that was a clever kind of a response, a clever kind of a feedback to give you, well, you might be speaking of my brother negatively or for my family, thinking that we are negative, thinking that we'll go separate ways. Guys, family is family. Family is family. And that is the case scenario. Was to tell the naysayers, it doesn't matter what you think of my brother. It doesn't matter what you think of my sister. It doesn't matter what you think of my father and my mother. Or my sister-in-laws. The fact remains, we are family. No one is perfect. They also have struggles that they always go in life. That one does not make them immune not to make mistake. People make mistake, even the creators themselves make mistake. Another one that was so very important, this one also was meant to address one of the obnoxious kind of a lazy reactor, that her narratives is ever twisted of the same subject. It is not what Demystifying meant. It was not this constructive kind of deliberation or debrief was meant to. So calling it as a blame, that Demystifying is blaming Amara of the problems they're having, you are off the point. You are off the point. And if you want to know the person who was being addressed, As a person who's is hell-bent to twist every kind of word that Demystifying will put outside there. Therefore, I think this conversation was more meant for you to grasp. I think this kind of information will help you to shape up your life or your reaction going forward.
So sad that the only thing on trending came out with this constructive talk was blame game. You know, that one really shows how negative a person is. Maybe he is a typical example that was being talked about. So sad.
A debrief can't be a blame game, but an experience in a lifetime that help you vent out and adjust where changes are needed going forward. So when you see on trending is hell-bent of, oh, Demystifying is blaming the brother, you know, get to know they are trying to create a content out of this. They're trying to create a drama out of this because it was just a clear message that Demystifying and the brother was having and the family. MARWA also had certain kind of debrief that was so helpful to all of them. But reducing it to just a mere kind of a blame game, I wonder sometimes, it's not making sense. This is the negativity that I'm telling you guys. Some people are just born negative. They will bring things that are not making sense into this kind of shit just because they are gullible and the mediocre audience wants to feed on that kind of verbiage and garbage going forward. Until next time, this is Senior Zach.